Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a reading for Capricorn, 15th up until including the 31st of March 2021. If you have Capricorn placements, this reading could be for you. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you feel like this is not your reading, check other aspects of your chart. Could well be that those videos are more able to connect with your situation. Let's take a look for the theme for the Capricorns for the 15th up to including the 31st of March. Let's take a look. Apologies for the delay with your reading. New moon, big shift, as we can see with the Magician card popping itself through. And I thought, no, I need to wait. So I waited, and the energy shifted, and now we're ready. Magician card, bottom of the deck, Judgment. Big shift. Someone has to decide, do they want to go again? Do they want to manifest something new? What is the situation here? Not that you can see the cards because the camera is not focusing, so that's great. Someone is deciding whether or not they're going round 2, round 59, or they're ready to make a decision. Is this your final decision, is what I'm hearing? So I'm going to pull a card from, well, I was going to pull it from here, but now they're telling me to go with this deck for other insights for Capricorn's reading. Spirit, what can you tell us about Magician and Judgment, please? Magician and Judgment. I am humble. This is designed to humble the person here. Could be that they've overlooked something, and that's why they're having to go back round again. Something was overlooked or missed, possibly. Let's jump into the tarot, see what else we can figure out for Capricorns for the 15th up to including 31st of March 2021. Wow. Defenses. Okay. We've got a long-term situation here and or relationship that was based on security. Could be children, could be a long-term connection, could be a soulmate. Long-term, that is possibly having a revival. Okay, let's have a look. And or isn't having a revival, and that there's a third party influence here, that this person's considering having all these things that they're currently in with the other person, and so they're distancing themselves away from a possible karmic in order to leave to go towards the person they do want. Because the person they don't want to be with, this is dead and buried, but there's an obligation or some kind of care that this person feels towards the other person, and so there's a burden here. So it could be that this person doesn't want to close out the relationship yet and isn't ready to, and so this person's having to reinvest or decide whether or not to reinvest. And the problem with it is obviously they're in a situation already, but they don't want to possibly be in that situation with that person. They have a decision to make. Who is the viable investment? Who isn't? There's a balance here and a waiting process to decide what to do. And that's whether or not to kind of keep going with this karmic person, or to cut their losses and to go with this other possible divine connection. We've got indecision here with the moon card. We've got indecision and choices to be made. So again, they don't know. They don't know what to invest in. They don't know how to invest in it. They don't know how they're going to solve the problem, because they have to wait before possibly ending it with this other person. Could be that they're had previously decided they didn't want that, and now they've again they keep getting pulled back in possibly. So there's definitely an imbalance with the decision making here that's causing a lot of confusion. And it could be that this person maybe has stepped up, has finally stepped up. Maybe that they were asking them to do something all this time, and finally when they're about to leave, this person steps up. And so in order to discount that, they'd have to create an argument to leave and reject the rebuild, which would create a huge issue. And that's what they're trying to decide on. Do they rebuild with this person, or do they reject their offer, choose the other person, and it creates a lot of disharmony? So this person's wants to, as I say, they want to rebuild, and they want to build with this other person that they're not with, but the person they're currently with has other ideas. And so they don't know how to go about it. They're toing and froing, lot of kind of indecision energy here. Lot of indecision energy about what to do about all this. And it comes, let's take a deeper look at what it is that's so hard for them, because I feel like it's a responsibility and a care that they feel towards this person. But let's take a look. What is the reason this person feels? What else can you tell us about this reading, Spirit, for Capricorn? What else could you tell us about Capricorn's reading? Aha. We've got manipulation and charity. So someone is deliberately putting the charm on to make them believe that there's this fresh start they could have. It's not real. All right? Because usually this person is used to criticism from this person, and suddenly the shift has happened and this person is no longer criticizing them. It's making them take note enough for them to rethink everything, because it's not the normal way. There's also something around money here, and also work, or a fortunate, you know, if they stay in the situation, it would save them money, or something that would provide them with fortune. Maybe it's easier if they stay in this situation because maybe there's a public scene that they're in or something, maybe the mutual friends. So they're trying not to just run away from the situation and leave it, because they don't want to make an impulsive decision and it affects everything else. But ideally they don't want to be there, but they're trying to protect themselves at this moment in time, because they are worried how this would they're worried about, you know, if they don't kind of check all their options, that something, you know, it's not going to end well for them. So this person's worried. They feel stuck in the situation. They feel stuck. They don't feel like this is their decision, and they don't know how to solve the problem. They are not sure how to solve this as a problem. Okay, that's why there's so much indecision. Okay, so basically there's these two opposing sides that they feel like they're a bit stuck in the middle. Yeah, and this is the reason for it is a reflection of their own wounds being sent to them. So this person's mimicking something that they felt they need, and so they're investing in it because they know they need it, but it's a subconscious thing. So let's say, for example, someone's very insecure. This person would display a lot of insecurity, and then it would make the other person invest because they can recognize it subconsciously, that they relate to it. And that's confusing the person, because it's making them invest, and it's a relatable thing, but it's not genuine how they're doing it. They're not genuinely meaning what they're saying, but it's keeping the person engaged long enough to actually believe that they're being genuine. And of course they don't know a way of coming out of that, because so this person's on a journey here to figure out what is the best way to close this out. We've also got here something about children. So it could be that this person wants children. It could be that there's I don't know, they have kids already, but there's something linked in with kids around this that possibly the person, them, have agreed to. Maybe they said at one stage they'd have kids. Maybe this person, that's what they've got their eye on. Who knows? Right, let's see. What else can you tell us, please, about the situation? So there's going to be a bit of chaos here. while this is going on. All right, bit of chaos is happening. Again, it's definitely not going to have a positive resolution between the person that we're looking at and the, you know, the karmic, because it's not meant to. But let's see what else we can figure out. And obviously, if it ends this part of the month, fine. It might be later down the line. Let's have a look. What else can you tell us, please, about the situation? What else can you tell us? We've got freedom and grief. So the fact that this person wants freedom costs someone else grief, means that they're having to put their freedom on hold, because to them, what they're reviewing is my freedom comes at a price. It comes at a cost. Is it worth it? For what I'm having to do, is the freedom worth? And of course it is. But this person is not seeing it like that, because they're having doubt created in their mind. So there's a lot of doubt that's been created here, that's basically trying to get them to create doubt, right? Create indecision. This person's biding their time. What else can you tell us about this situation, please, Spirit? So this person's obviously sad and knows that this is possibly a loss, but they're tricking the other person. So there's trickery going on here. It's emotional, a little bit of emotional blackmail. Now, obviously, this is asking you to have faith that the situation will be resolved. Obviously, if someone's gone about a situation to kind of block someone from leaving and thrown a bit of emotional blackmail in, then obviously that's karmically, there's a repercussion for that. But, you know, there's obviously a timing element here. So, let's see what else we can figure out. What else is going on in this situation, please? Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So there's a lot that could have really been stepped up, that kind of very strong love bombing energy, where suddenly out of the blue, this person's being suddenly super affectionate, and maybe they had never been affectionate, and it's throwing this person off. And again, conversing more, showing interest. It's like, again, suddenly there's all this attention on them and they're thinking, well, where's this come from? So it's thrown this person off a lot as to kind of really what was going on here. So let's see what else is going on in this situation, please. What else has been... Okay, so we've got the door to personal healing and happiness and hostility. So we've got a block. This is someone directly blocking someone's happiness here. And also their money. So they're not only blocking healing and happiness, but they're also blocking security and money, which is then, because they're blocking it, is creating that indecision. And it is kind of intense. So there's a lot being put in terms of like, well, pressure. Like, you know, that's a lot of pressure to put on someone, isn't it? You know, if you're forcing someone to invest in something that isn't real. Right, what else can you tell us about this situation, please? What else can you tell us? The reason? Codependency. This person's codependent and they think the soul of doing this will help them, but it's blocking them. The reason being, they've got issues that have not been healed. So again, we've got shadow elements, possible inner child work. And also, we've got give your relationship a chance in the reverse. So this person needs to acknowledge that this is not working, but they're failing to do that. Again, could be blocking their finances and career. Maybe they're reliant on them for finances, and so they don't want to acknowledge this. But this person is deliberately at this point blocking, which not the best idea. But again, and before we pull out outcome cards, let's see what else can you tell us about the situation, Spirit. Again, this person is trying to find themselves in amongst all this chaos. So that confusion, it's actually what it's doing is actually helping this masculine to figure out what they actually do want. So the more indecision they're having created, it's like a manifestation, because they're confused. They're manifesting more confusion, but actually it's good because it will answer all the questions. And so at some point there'll be victory, because you can't have that much level of confusion and then never resolve it. There's always going to be some kind of awareness, right? Because you'll just travel through that journey until you have that level of awareness. This is what it's designed to do. It's designed to pinpoint exactly what this person wants. Because I think, again, it's like what they thought they wanted was, again, the easy life and to stay where they are. But they're being presented with the ideal conversation, the ideal things, and it's not what they want. But rather than them stepping into what they do want, they're staying there. So Spirit are creating other distractions for them to really understand, okay, well, you think you want this? Right, well, we'll show you what's really going on. So it's a bit of karmic, it's a bit of a karmic sort of situation that's being presented, again, just to kind of help the masculine to figure out what it is they don't want. Because at the moment, they're not figuring it out. They're still undecided, which is why this situation is carrying on. Okay, let's see. And I think the reason they're undecided is, again, they were worried about implications affecting the situation. So again, it's helping them fine tune a decision. Let's have a look. What else can you tell us about the situation, please? What else is going on here? What else is going on here, please? We've got, wow, this is deep. Slave, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So someone's kind of done that. They've gone, or at this point, certainly they've gone, right, I'm going to just surrender my power of choice. We've got companion, loyalty, tenacity and unselfishness. So this person's loyally staying with this person because they think that they need a companion, because this person, that's essentially what's happened, right? They feel bad leaving them alone, so they're possibly staying in that situation so that they have someone. That's why I think they've made that decision, so that they don't feel bad about walking into a situation where they're not alone. So it could be that this person said to them that, you know, they felt alone before, and so they've capitalized, and maybe that person related to that and they've capitalized on it. So again, another reason why they're being unselfish about it. They're trying to put their needs first, the other person's needs first, above their own. So let's have a look. What else can you tell us about the situation, please? What else? Power of attraction. What you want wants you. So it's like attracts like. So if this person, again, it's their inner wounds that are attracting this person back. That's what the real issue is that they're not ready, because they still got wounds that they haven't resolved, that this other person's helping them to resolve. So it's karmic. The karma has not been repaid and the wounds have not been learned, that, you know, the lessons have not been learned yet, which is why possibly it hasn't closed out, you know. So where this person's feeling codependent and needy, possibly, it's that, you know, they're recognizing that as the same quality and also attaching to that as well, because they also feel like they need something which they're not ready to give up. But let's have a look at the outcome. What is the outcome in this situation? 15th up to including 31st March 2021. What is the outcome? We've got someone emotionally distancing themselves from a situation, and then we've got someone reinvesting and holding on. So it's like they're slowly letting go over a period of time. It's like they're just holding on. Again, the Magician Judgment, it's like recreation of, let's create another issue to create another decision. But it's just people, two codependent people holding on, basically, that aren't quite ready to let go yet. Because there's a fear. There's a fear there. Three of Pentacles. And so that is what binds them in some way. We've got the Three of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. So there is something that is helping them feel, you know, like, you know, they're both, there's a comfort in their own pain, I suppose. But again, it's also creating a burden because long term it's not viable. So what they're doing is it's mirroring the wounds back to each other, and because one or both are not ready to acknowledge this, the pattern continues, right? Or the spiral continues, because it's not a loop. It's like each time something new is learned, but it's a process. It's a process. So let's take a look at Outcomes. Any other outcomes here, Spirit? What are any other outcomes, please? Okay, we've got man holding a coin, envy, and fourth chakra. So we've got someone who's trying to hold on to their security, and there's a jealousy element here. So again, this person could already know that that this is the situation and that they do need to get away, and so they are currently coming up with a strategy to do that without, you know, because they recognise that that's what's going on, but they recognise that long term that's not viable, and they have to leave, but they know that they are not ready yet, and so this is again soul contract work. So again, there's something they have to learn first, and the soul contract's not over, which is why it's like going in a circle. So put it this way, an opportunity presented, this person wasn't ready to accept it because there were still wounds inside them, and so it was a no. Let's take a look next month though. It could be that it changes in April. Anyway, wishing you guys the best of luck. Hopefully that's helped. We're starting back together, obviously, with the normal process of readings. Tomorrow's will be Aquarius, Pisces, and then we're starting the April reads, 1st to the 15th. So that will be obviously this week as well. Lives are not starting back up now until for a while because we're still in lockdown. We've got people in the house, too much going on. Can't be doing lives and readings, too much. So, unfortunately, lives are on hold for the time being, but keep a lookout for April's reads. We'll be posting them between now and the end of the week. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for all your support, your likes, your shares, subscriptions. Until next time, take care.